Hello, welcome back to the Chess Mindset. In this video, I'll be playing a 10-minute rapid game, and this will be around 1300 Elo. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my thought process behind the moves that I make, so that if you're anywhere from, let's say, under 1000 Elo all the way to 1000 Elo, then you can gain some insights on how, a 1300 player thinks. So let's get started with the game. And I get white, and my opponent is 1351. So this will be a relatively even match. So I'm going to start off with the move d4. The main idea being I want to play the London system with bishop to f4. Right, this is one of my main openings that I play as white. And usually when I play the London system, I want to develop first of all push my pawns to e3 and c3, develop my knight to f3, my other knight to d2, and then for this bishop, I could develop it to d3, or sometimes, if I'm feeling like it, I could even put it on b5, if the knight is on c6, for example. So in this case, he just goes with e6, so I'm just going to develop let's see what I do. I could just play e3 here, and then develop my knight on the next move. And in a lot of these games, the common idea is to, first of all, put your knight on f3 and then put it on e5. So this is a very good square for your knight. So he goes bishop to e7. Okay, so I'm just going to develop my knight. And okay, so he plays this move. Now this move, I think he's aiming to trap my bishop here, because let's say I don't do anything, right? Let's say I just develop this bishop. Then I think his idea is to go g5, and that traps my bishop. If I move it back, he'll play h4, and if I move it to e5, he'll play f6, and that basically traps my bishop. So I need to play h3 here to give my dark square bishop a space. Okay, so now he plays this move. Okay, so that's a pretty good move. Now I could drop my bishop back. If he takes, then I'll take with my rook, and although then I can't castle kingside because I moved my rook, but I think it's still pretty good. So I'm going to play bishop to h2, because okay, he takes, so I'll take. Well, I could have taken with the knight, but I want to put my knight on e5 though, so that's one of the main ideas. So okay, before putting my knight on e5, I'm going to bring my other knight in first, okay, to control this square. Okay, now I'm going to put my knight on e5. Actually, first I'll play c3 first to consolidate the pawn structure. Okay, so he goes queen there. Now it's not really threatening anything. So I'll go knight e5. And then if he brings his knight to c6, then I'll bring my other knight to f3. And then if he takes the knight, then I'll replace it with the new knight. Yeah, so now he brings the knight there, so I'm going to bring my other knight to f3. If he takes, then I'll just replace it with the new knight. Usually I wouldn't actually take the knight, because I want to keep my knight on this very nice square. Yes, now he can't actually kick my knight out, which is pretty good. His knight can't go here because I'll just take. So my position is fine. Now I can't castle kingside, so probably I'll have to castle queenside. Yeah, so he castles queenside as well. So what I'm gonna do, I will try to sort of put pressure on this pawn maybe. So maybe something like queen b3 and then bishop to a6. Well, that doesn't really work now. I could just put pressure on this pawn as well, with queen a4, but that just hangs the queen. So for now, I'll just keep it simple and play bishop to d3, probably queen here. Okay, so he moves his knight back. So he wants to play f6 to kick away my knight. Okay, logical. But I think he missed that. If he plays f6, I could just go knight to g6 and fork his queen and rook. So I think he kind of missed that idea. Which means that now I can think of something to do. Now I could play queen to f3, targeting this pawn, and that seems like a pretty decent move. So I'm gonna play that. If he plays f6 again, I could just play knight to g6 and then forking the queen and rook. So let's see what my opponent does here. Yeah, so he brings his knight back. So you can see he brought his knight back and then he brings it back again. So that's sort of a wasted tempo, which means now I can probably just castle. So I will just castle queenside, right? Nothing is hanging. Okay, so it brings his bishop back. Logical, protecting this pawn. And also preventing me from taking it. Now I need to think of a plan. So I've developed all my pieces. My pawn structure is solid. My knight is on a good square. My rook is on h2. I've castled queenside. My queen is developed. Now I need to think of what type of pawn break I can make. And at first glance, I feel like I should play e4, because after takes, I do have a queen and bishop battery on this diagonal here. But then he can just take my bishop, and after I take, let's see, I will have this pretty good square for my queen, and potentially I can reroute my queen here, and then put more pressure there. And also I can bring my rook to e1 and have this semi-open file. So I think I'm going to play e4. So if takes, I think I'm fine with that. Okay, so it brings his knight to d7, aiming to take, I presume. Now, if I take the knight, he can just take back. And after I take this, takes, let's see, takes, take. It still looks pretty even to me. I mean, no one really has a big advantage. But if I leave this, on the other hand, he will take, and I have to take back. And I sort of have this open file. So let's see. Do I have this move? Then takes, and that is my bishop. No, so I don't have that move. So in that case, I kind of have to take the knight. So I'll just take. If take, then I could push this pawn as well to sort of lock up the center. Okay, so now the question is, do I take this or do I push it? Let's see, so I have this bishop move. Then he'll just play c6 and kick my bishop away. I could take, but after takes, or even rook takes, it looks a bit complicated. If I push, on the other hand, it sort of locks up this pawn structure in the center of the board, and then potentially I can open up this diagonal for my bishop. So I think that's a pretty good move. So I'm going to push, and his bishop is actually kind of locked up anyway. So okay, so he pushes that. Now I could take en passant, and he takes back. And let's see. If I don't en passant, my bishop's kind of just locked in here. Can't go anywhere. So I feel like I do have to en passant. So I'm gonna en passant, and then he takes back, I presume. Okay, he takes with the queen. So he offset queen trade. Takes. Wait, takes. And seems relatively equal, but then I can play rook e1 targeting this pawn. So I think I'm going to do that. So take, I'm going to play rook e1 targeting this pawn. Okay, he protects it. Now what I do here, I could just push this, and yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Or actually I can play f3, aiming to play g4. So if he takes, I'll take this pawn, and then I have these two sort of pass pawns here, and I can just push this. So let's see what my opponent does here. I am down on time, so I have to be a little bit careful on that. Now I could play rook to f1 targeting this pawn. Then he can probably just play something like rook here. Okay, so he's aiming to push this, logical. Okay, in that case, I might have to add a bit more protection to this pawn here, just so nothing crazy happens. So, okay, he adds another attacker. So I'm gonna go here, attack this pawn. Okay, he protects it. Let's see what I do here. I think I just okay, I'll go back here and then probably just push this. If he pushes, I think I can play bishop to f5. Or maybe I can't though. Okay, so I can't take, of course, because he'll take. So I'm gonna push, and then I'll start pushing this pawn as well. Okay, so he's trying to double up, I think, but I'm just gonna keep pushing. Okay, so he kind of blocks my pawns there, but I think I can just play bishop here. Now he has to move, and then I can push again. Okay, so push again. Probably has to move this back, and I'll keep pushing. Probably king here. Okay, he plays bishop there, logical. Okay, I guess I'll just start pushing these. Okay, blocks it again. Good move. Okay, I need to somehow get rid of these pawns. I'm gonna bring my king in. Okay, he brings his king in, logical. I could take here now, I think. So I guess I'll go rook here. So now if he takes, I can actually take back with the pawn, because otherwise my rook would have been hanging. So if he takes, then he just loses bishop. So okay, yeah, he plays that move. And now I think I'm just gonna push these pawns here. Probably push a5 as well. Okay, take. And let's see. Oh, it takes with the bishop. Okay, so I can take this and then probably play c4. So I bring my king first, and then play c4. Because these pawns are still very dangerous for him. I don't think he can actually like bring his rooks back for now. So take, and I'll take back. And okay, this does seem kind of dangerous. So okay, I think I'll just bring this rook in here and here and try to take this pawn. If he pushes this, I think I'm fine. Okay, so I'll play this. He can't move his pawn because then I'll just take his rook. And I still can't move this rook because this pawn will hang. So I think I'm gonna go here, try to give some checks maybe. Still a very complicated position. Okay, so he's trying to go down here. Okay, so interesting. I will go here, attack this pawn. If he takes, like he does take, I guess I have to take, and then take this. It's still pretty unclear at this point. Okay, so I think I have to push this. And I think I have to stop this pawn first. Okay, what do I do? Maybe I have to go here. Try to take this pawn. Okay, so I will go here. If he pushes, then yeah, I have to take. Then I hang this pawn though. I think this is just a draw actually. Yeah, because I go here, takes, and then yeah, it's just a draw. I mean, I could try to delay it, but I think it's just going to be a draw. So here, and then take. Yeah, just a draw. Or is he going to try to flag me? That would be pretty interesting, but let's see. He might try to like get me to hang my rook or something. Or maybe he's just going to try to flag me. Oh wait, no, this doesn't work, because I can just go here. Oh my gosh, I just got checkmated. Oh, okay, wait. That was unlucky. Okay, so I kind of ran out of time there, but it is what it is. I mean, this is just a draw, but like I just got flagged, so it's just a bit unlucky. Probably shouldn't have brought my king to the corner there, but it's whatever. Okay, but anyway, apart from the checkmate there at the end, I hope this video gave you a pretty good idea of how my thought process was during this 1300 Elo game. And basically, if you have any questions, then you can ask them down in the comments below. And also, if you want to see more content like this, then please let me know. Right, if you want to see like me playing live, or if you prefer me to analyze the game afterwards, right, whatever type of content you want, just let me know in the comments below. But yeah, other than that, this was a pretty nice game. I was pretty equal up to like a certain point, I think. I mean, even up to the end game, it was just all even, because we both had one rook at the end. It's just that I ran out of time and got flagged, and he just checkmated me. But yeah, here, these two pass pawns were pretty good, but of course his rooks were there to sort of like protect it, so I can't really do anything. And I just had to like get some counterplay on the other side of the board. But then, yeah, it was just pretty even. And then, yeah, we traded everything off. And yeah, I had to take that pawn because I feel like, yeah, if I didn't take it, then I would have lost, because we would just promote that. Like, let's say something like this, then probably just here, I guess. Oh, but then I can play rook here. Oh, but then maybe here? Take. No, that doesn't work. Or maybe this does work, because then take. But anyway. Yeah, I just thought like I had to take that because otherwise I would have just lost. But yeah, we just ended up with a rook on both sides, and then yeah, the rest is just time trouble, and you know what happens when you're in time trouble. But theoretically it is just a draw, of course, because we both have a rook. But yeah, I just got checkmated here on the edge of the board. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.